everybody, and welcome back to some more Create to Mechanism. Today, it is finally time for us to get to Mechanism, because today we are going to be going to the mining dimension, as stated in this quest line, which is going to lead us to our first mechanism. But first, before we do that and assemble that portal, I've already set up the area. I need to pay penance for last video. For those of you who did not see the last video, I fought the Ender Dragon, but it took a very long time because to open up the end portal, I needed all these different sorts of eyes, and they all had their own quirks to them for me to get them. All sorts of large recipes. I didn't do that last one, but this one I had to cheat for because these cosmic meatballs involved a whole lot of different processes and stuff that I didn't understand and I was getting very overwhelmed with, and it was very late. So I cheated to get them in. As payment, I told you all I was going to throw out 300 draconium. Now, I meant to say draconium ore, which is actually a little bit more than normal draconium, because the draconium dust is worth 103 billion EMC. Each of these ores hold 3 of these. Yeah, this is actually a lot more. So, here we go. It's time to pay my penance. I now take my draconium ore, and I throw it into the void. It was worth it. It was worth it. Now that that has been done, though, I can, at last, automate my draconium setup that I have over here, because I did actually already put this stuff into a drawer. Oh wow, it already replaced it massively. Maybe I should throw out more, but I mean, I just said I'd throw out my first 300, so you know, if y'all think I should throw out more, it's way too late by the time you're seeing this, so that's fine. So now what I guess I can do, if I go ahead and then get myself a mechanical placer, that way I can place blocks down like this. That's facing the wrong direction. Okay, there we go. Now it's facing the correct direction. So then after that, if I get a pusher upgrade to then push this here, then it'll start placing things. And then I can have this miner here, which would then just mine the things and put it into its small inventory. And then I should be able to just hook this thing out over here into my EMC link. So this should be north. So if I go ahead and yes, and look, it's working. Oh, we're getting our draconium, and look at oh my gosh, trillions. I don't know if I threw out enough. I gotta be entirely honest. Yeah, I'm gonna throw out another 2 stacks. I gotta be honest. I feel really guilty about having to cheat. So now if I go ahead and then turn this on, oh, I've gone up. I've crashed. But right now, that is not important. That is for future plans. We have just finished our past plans. Right now, we need to talk about our present plans. And that is, of course, getting to the mining dimension. So what we do is we take these portable machines right here and then make it out to be like this. And then I believe I just use this as a catalyst, it said. Do I just throw it in? No. Okay, well, this is interesting. Okay, so wait, what does it say? Now you unlock the mining dimension. To join the dimension, you need to build a horizontal frame, at least 2 by 2, from portal machine, and light it up with an ether gem. This is the ether gem. Oh, I had to hit the edges. Let's go see what the mining dimension's all about. Here we go. Not going anywhere, so it's probably something like the new nether portal where it's gonna take a bit. There we go. So there's a bunch of, like, ores and stuff. Okay, so this is a cave dimension. So that's cool. Tin! That's one of the things I need. Yes! Okay, so if I remember correct, I need to get fluorite, tin, osmium, uranium, and lead. Those are the 5 things that I need. And they're all EMCable, so I only need to find one. So I've already got 1 tin. There's also something here called Naquita. Isn't that the thing from Star Trek? Or not Star Trek, Stargate? Pretty sure Naquita was in Stargate, but that's something else for right now. For the moment, though, let's just... Osmium! Yes! Okay, I'm gonna need to smelt these guys down. But actually, you know what? I'm gonna pick up as many as I find because they are EMC-able, like I said. So that's still gonna be some good EMC. I mean, not as much as my billions that I'm getting. This is still good. And I mean, I can fly, which is somewhat useless when I'm underground. But at the same time... Oh, is that a creeper? Oh, those are creepers. Do they actually explode here, or... Okay, no, they don't. So yeah, no, creepers, I discovered, they don't release real explosions. They sort of just kind of pop. It's very odd. But I'm not looking like I'm finding anything else here, so I'm thinking some of the other things are going to involve me going deeper. Oh boy, we're finally Minecrafting.
Later.
Alrighty, so I decided that I probably needed to dig deeper because a lot of these things probably only spawned at deep slate. And sure enough, I have now also found some fluorite. So that just leaves uranium and lead on my list of things to find. And I have wandered into a fairly large cave. There's a lot of things in here. There's also a lot of death, though. Like, I'm not even, like, exaggerating with that or using it as a hyperbole. No, there's a lot of dead things here. So, you know, we just sort of gotta deal with that. And also, you know, the boom boom firework babies and... Oh, hey, lead. But if lead is down here, as well as fluorite, I don't see why uranium isn't going to be either. So, let us just go ahead and keep searching. And hopefully I'll find some. It'll be bright green, so it's like... It shouldn't be that hard to find, right?
Just then.
Fair enough, it actually was not that hard to find. So, there we go. Now we've got ourselves our uranium. Okay, so now I just need to go back for the lead, which hopefully a lot of those guys should have despawned around where the lead was. So, okay, yep, there's nobody here. So, there we go. And now, having successfully smelted down all of my items right here, I can just go ahead and throw that one in. That might not be enough. We can now go ahead and then throw all of those guys into there, completing that next quest line. There we go, which means we are now ready to be able to make ourselves our metallurgic infuser and start our mechanism journey. Now, in terms of this, it's not that difficult, actually. We're just going to need to grab ourselves... Oh, wow, I only needed the osmium for it. Oh, that takes triple compressed diamond. So we just need our 6 osmium... 4 blast furnaces. Okay, that's gonna be fun. Oh, that's compressed flux blocks. Well, it's a good thing I automated flux in between episodes. Yeah, that's something I didn't really mention, but I did set up a sort of automation for it. I put a drawer over here with flux crystals locked into it, and then I have a controller back here pulling out just the flux crystals and sawing them down to seeds. And then those things just go through a loop until they're finally made into the crystals. It's very easy. In terms of the rest of these guys, it's just the normal plastic and gold gear, so... Okay, let me get all that! Alrighty, I finally managed to get everything. So now, we got ourselves our first bit of mechanism. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. So, in terms of powering this thing, because it is going to need power, I'm probably going to need another generator. Because all these guys are, like, running this stuff very thin. So if I was to go ahead and try to put on another thing here, it definitely absorbed a good chunk of power. I might be able to get away with it, because it should only work when it's working. And I'm not intending to automate this as of right now. Either way, as for the rest of this, this is where this gets very easy and familiar. All I need to do is grab 2 coal. Then we just need to go ahead and grab myself a single piece of iron. And now what we do. We throw our coal into there. That then gets dumped and produces carbon. That's the next mission. Then what we do is we just throw this into here and watch my power drain. I think we're fine, since it's not going to do too much. Now we got ourselves our enriched iron. Then we go ahead and throw that back into here. Just go ahead and click that because it's totally automated, yes. I absolutely have this automated. Nobody say anything. And then we just get ourselves our steel dust. Now, from here, what we could then do with steel dust is we could turn this into steel. We can also turn it into a muffling upgrade to shut this thing up. But unfortunately for this thing, I also have mute mod. So that's kind of a waste. But yeah, for the most part, steel just goes into a few things that I really don't need at the moment. And apparently I can help repair my spacesuit whenever I get around to that. which is going to be very soon, so, you know, that's going to be fine. But most importantly, this baby is an ingredient in our Chapter 10 mechanism, the final mechanism. And here's the best part. The other two things are things I already can get fairly easily. We just need to get ourselves a calculator, which actually, I'm pretty sure I had one of the upgraded ones left over because I accidentally made one too many. So I should actually be able to get a good many uses out of that one. And then the second ingredient here is a new thing called an enhanced redstone ingot, which we can get by using our red alloy on a flux star. There are ways I could automate all of these, but automating this would be significantly easier than automating these guys, because to automate them, I would need an auto flux crafter and an auto ender crafter, which uses double compressed crafting tables. These are so tedious to get. I have actually been running trying to get those things off screen while this has all been going. I only have 9 double compressed crafting tables. But in terms of just getting them single-handedly without automation, this is probably one of the simplest ones for me to do, so I'm not actually that bothered by it. So let me go ahead, add the final row to all of these, and then we can get ourselves our final mechanism.
12 minutes later.
Alrighty, for the final time. And I was wrong. I didn't actually have another one of these guys, but I decided to make one anyways, just for the heck of it, just because this is the last one, and it deserves honor. And also, I'm probably not going to get down here often enough for me to need to make more of that one anyways. So it's fine. Let's release this mechanism, and behold, the final mechanism. The electric mechanism is now ours. So now, what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna release another few of these. I have 16 for each of these guys, so that should be enough for me to be able to get it down. Ooh, but I'm gonna need more plastic. Well, fortunately for me, I have since upgraded all of my processings and stuff, so I've actually been getting plastic way faster now. So I have been very busy upgrading my stuff in between episodes. Okay, so now I got these guys, so now we can release the final ones. I don't think I needed as many of these as I did, but it's fine. Then, with only one of these, because that's all I have enough for, we can make ourselves our electric machine. So now I can go ahead and put that back into there. I completely forgot that I need to lock this one. I do not want to make the same mistake as I did with the last one. Unfortunately, I am past the point where I can have all these configured into here, but I doubt I'm going to need to do that anyways. Although, from what I've been looking into, I don't have that much doubt anymore. Because now that we have completed the electric age, we now move on to the next era of all of this, where we are no longer going for any more mechanisms. We are now going for power, because our next few chapters are all going to be related to a single goal. Now, here's the thing. I have been making, in my head, I haven't really said it out loud, but there's been a lot of similarities to this mod pack to FTB Inferno, in the aspects of just how much stuff and recipes has been changed for a more progression-based thing. I didn't like it with Inferno. I don't like it now. Don't get me wrong. The mod pack is fun, but a lot of the tedious things that it makes me go through, that it doesn't tell me I'm gonna need to do some of these things, is a little annoying. And also, both of them are gonna end with me needing to fight a Wither Storm. So, this is FTB Inferno 2, baby. Did you like this video? Good. Be sure to check out our last Create a Mechanism video where we gathered up the eyes to open our end portal. Bye-bye!